What's up? So I bet y'all like, what am I doing up still? It's like 12, going on 12:30, but it's 12:28. Um, y'all, you don't know what the Lord said to me. You don't know what the Lord said to me. That's all I got to say. You know, um, I just wanted to get on here tonight before I go to bed. Um, just to speak life over somebody and over myself. Somebody could say something that could change my life. Um, you don't know. No, you know what the Lord said to me. You don't know what the Lord said to me. He said that I should love everyone that I meet and I see. And I take care of your family. You know. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around me, child. Um. So yeah. Over, over, overworked. Um. Yeah. Overworked. Um. Hi, hi. Hey, Johnny. I've been overworked. Um. Yeah, and I was trying to deal with it. Trying to deal with it. And I kind of just blew up because it's like traumatizing, you know. And things that be like so small, people have a way of making things big that's really small, turning it into something that's huge. And it's not even supposed to be that way. Um, so, you know, I don't like going to the doctor, but I had to. I had to because, I got home and my heart was just pounding out of my chest. It was like, you know, it's, me going out in the public, you know, it's fun for me, but it's starting to be like certain things happen out there while when I go to work, things happen to me that I don't take like regular people, you know, especially when it's like aggressive. It's like, you know, I come from that life. So when God set me free, He did a work indeed. He did a work in me, you know. Um, and sometimes when you love something, you do whatever you can to make it big. Do whatever you can to make it big. When you got passion, you do whatever you can to make it big. But you just can't you can't let people know the gift. Sometimes you gotta go in there and just not let people know how much you love the thing. And you won't be broken apart, torn apart. You know. I'm able to tell you this because I have experienced being broken in a very dangerous way. And the reason why I say it's a dangerous way, because I end up in the hospital tonight. But and normally that don't happen. Normally, it would be me putting somebody in there. But you know, I decided that I wanted to talk more. Speak up for myself and not use violence, but use my mouth as a weapon. And sometimes when you do that, especially if you know what you used to be, it will scare you. Because anytime I get angry, I'm scared of myself. And yeah, it's been going on since I've been at this job, so because it's like something that I'm not quite used to. And oh yeah, so I had to have some anxiety medication because I had to get calm, because I went there and like there was like, if somebody's after you, what's going on? I'm like, I'm just afraid right now, and I'm in this ancient space, and I just can't, you know, because y'all, I really blew up today. I really blew up because I had enough, and my doctor was like, should I get someone for you to talk to? I'm like, you know how that's going to turn out. Like, I really don't need anybody to talk to. He said, I know, but it's a situation that's going on. You need somebody to talk to, because I don't want you going back like that. I was like, but this life, you got to pay your bills. And they were like, no, I'm finna give you some days so you can figure out some things. This is not right. That's what they was telling me. But, I don't dislike my job. I just understand that not everybody deserve a chance. Not everybody able to sit at the table. Hello, Yolanda. Did you just start screaming? And hi, how are you doing? Say my name, please. Yolanda. What up? Mm-hmm. Um, yes, but I just got back on. I got on today because I wasn't able to get on earlier, because when I came home, I tried to relax myself. I tried to meditate as I would normally, but it was like, oh, Ty, you got to get up and go because you didn't eat much. Because I can't eat much at work. Even though I told them I have to eat. Like, I had type 2 diabetes. I still have type 2 diabetes. I got to eat it. I got to feed it. Shit. But, that didn't work. They mad said something about that. Now, the doctor he put it there, so. He was shaking his head. He said, "This is sad that you have to go through this. You don't seem like the person that should go through this." I'm like, you have no idea. You have no idea. The courage, the courage to quit. Quitting is easy, but to courage to stay in a place where you know your time is up. That's the hard part. But I don't feel like it's up. I feel like it's becoming. I feel like it's not necessary, especially if I have to take anxiety medicine. It's definitely not. It's not. It's not necessary because my doctor, go to ask me. He say, "What do you normally do that makes you happy?" I'm like, I go to the plant store. Well, okay, I couldn't go to the plant store. I've been working, and like yesterday when I left work, oh, because they came for my ass again. Okay, so I left. I had to leave because it just wasn't that for me. And I left, and I did go to the plant store, and I found a good deal on some rare babies. I'll show y'all that later. I only got two. Man, that was like a birthday gift for me, and I was trying to cheer myself up to keep from being sad that they don't understand that I'm in pain. Not only I'm in pain because I'm a woman and it's that time, but I am also pre-diabetic. Used to be full-blown type 2. I'm pre. I have to eat. If I don't eat, I will fall out. And I'm like, is there anything that I can do with this? Like medication, like, is there a disability for this? Because I know I don't need to be working like this. Because they was like, you look really good, because I take care of myself. I do the right things. I try to eat right because that's the only reason why I had my diabetes under control, because I was eating right. Now, since I started working, I can't be consistent with my food. But God will provide, and everything will be all right in due time. I do understand that whenever I'm upset, it's bad. But never this bad, y'all. I'm gonna stay on here with y'all for a while because I'm a little bit woozy. Because it had to click in. I had to go and get the medication. So, I mean, everything was too high. Blood pressure, all that. Everything was just, I was afraid. And my doctor said, what do you normally do when you're afraid or when something bothers you? I make videos. I go live. I talk about it. I get it out. I don't need to talk to anybody because I do it on camera. I feel better. And that helps me because it's better out than in. He said, I think you have a good solution there. Right. I know what to do. I know how to run my mouth. If I ain't learned nothing else from working in retail, I learned how to run this mouth of mine. You know, and especially if I didn't do anything wrong, my mouth is a weapon. You can't help that you go through pain. You can't help that you go through things. I can't help that God chose me. When you can't help what's in front of you, why get mad at a person? Alex, what is the period for? Why get mad at a person when they doing all they could do? And I never understood that about working. I never understood that why when you do the best you have to give them 10 times better. It's never good enough. Could you guys like the video? So I was in a shock. I was in a shock. I have been recommended. My doctor's like, you can work here because we would need you. You ain't never lying. Because they first pulled up, I was in the medical field. Like, she was like, you still work in the medical field? I was like, how you knew that? Like, I got kind of scared. I'm like, how you know that? Like, bro, I used to go to the doctor with a lot of patients and help them get to the doctor and stuff like that. You know, because I worked in assisted living. That's what I do. I help people. I'm a natural bone nurturer. That's how I know how you're supposed to treat people. And I know that when it gets like this, where a good man has to go to the doctor, it's bad. But no stress intended. God is in control of my life and yours. But I hope that one day, Lady Miss Rachel asked me today, she said, Ty, what do you want? Be specific with me. I said, I want to be I want to be one of the best makeup artists in the world. And I want a cosmetic line, and I want it to be very successful. That lady started praying for me. You know, my doctor said what I'm doing right now is good. Maybe it's true. But it's better out than in. I'm not feeling good. I'm going to say that. If I'm not feeling good, I'm going to say that. I would not lie to you. It doesn't make no sense to lie. Nobody should lie about anything. And one thing I ain't got no problem with is going to the doctor. I might be scared because it's just always some stuff, especially when COVID was out. But now it's all right. I do believe a change is coming in due time. Y'all, I'm gonna do it. Y'all want me to do a Q&A? What y'all want me to do Q&A? What y'all want me to ask? What y'all want to ask? Well, y'all got 3 days off with me. Because I'm finna be off for 3 days. Probably longer than that. I'm finna go take a ride. I'm going home for Christmas. Man, them folks done gave me some strong stuff. Listen. Look how sad I look, y'all. Like, I'm over here like, I can't believe this shit happened. Like, why am I here, bro? Like, I'm right here, like, why did this shit happen? Like, what happened? Why this happened? Oh, the doctors, the nurses at Emory, so nice. And I'm not saying that just because they helped me because I was scared and anxious. But, yeah, I really am because I was ready to just, I was saying, I told him, he asked me 1,000 questions. He asked me, did I need to be did I feel like hurting myself or anybody else? I said, oh my God, of course not. I couldn't do that. That would make it worse than what the person did to me. I can't do that. I'm a Christian, for real. I might not look like a person that's a Christian. Like I asked the little nurse, I said, I don't think I look like a person that could hurt someone. She said, you don't. Well, I told her, you probably say that because it seems like you know me well, but she said, no, you're not that type. So it is what it is, y'all. We gonna keep praying. We gonna let God show us. We gonna let God take over. Cause He will. My sister was up there. She came up there. You know my sister she ain't gonna let me go nowhere by myself. She came, she came up there as soon as she got work. She know I don't like to see her in uniform, so she got out before I came. She but she said, I'm up here, I'm in the waiting room. I knew she was up there too. But yeah, I had to go, y'all. I had to go check myself in. Cause I just felt like it was just becoming very overwhelming for me, you know. I just felt like it became so much. And now I'm like, very, very confused. I don't need to walk with Jesus. I need to walk with reality right now because nobody wants to walk with Jesus, because obviously if you wanted to walk with Jesus, it would have been so much better. You don't want to walk with Jesus. How are you today? Good. How you doing, poppies? Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta let things be. You guys like the video, I'm gonna be on here for a minute with y'all because who do I run to? Jesus. I'm gonna talk to Jesus in a minute. I've been talking to him all day, honestly. I gotta brush my mouth. probably gonna drink me some coffee. Do that make any sense? This is kind of fun. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. The best lip exfoliant. Madam. It removed all that lip. I'm gonna go in again. It's so good. I like to eat it better when I don't have no lipstick on. Oh, that's my lip. Hello. Alright. So now that we did that, we're gonna remove the makeup. And I have wipes. So I'm using these hyaluronic acid plus B5. And this is a cleansing facial wipe. It's gentle, remove makeup and dirt so that skin can stay hydrated. Let me get this makeup off. And it doesn't irritate. I don't wear much. I don't wear much makeup at all. Like, I don't need much. Okay. Get some ears too. Get some ears. Yes. Then you want to take your turmeric bar that you got from the website. And you want to do this. Get it all. gonna take me a cheesecake before I go to bed. Let me go ahead and get it out. Let's get that cheesecake out, guys. For real. I look like I'm trying to make it around here. He gave me something to calm my nerves. Rest me. And I'm like, do you think I need that? Really? Really? You think I need that? You know how people is. All right, y'all, come on in. This is the picture you're gonna be seeing. I'm finna jump in the shower and I'll be back. Subscribe and like. Let's talk for a minute. I love that Christmas hat, dude. Help. Okay. I think I'm gonna keep my wristband on just because I want to. Never wanna go see this again, but I do wanna go back to the doctor because they were really nice. Like I said, there anybody who wanna help you, right? Keep that in mind. Let that be the reason. A lot of friends was calling me today, check on me like they know when something is wrong. Oh, let's get the heater blasting, man. It's cold. Ugh, it's cold. Hold on. Oh, that's a ball. Pip, Pippy boys. Yeah, I'm so ready for that Bronco. I feel like I deserve the truck of my dreams after what I've been through. Like, I, I deserve a house and a truck. My heart ain't bumping all over the place. I ain't losing it. Cause, ooh, it was bad, y'all. Ooh, I didn't know if I was gonna come back to myself. And it was like, something is scaring you, I know. I'm gonna let that go though. We already talked about that. Unless someone asks me. Cinnamar. Cinnamar.
clean. I don't remember algebra. Are they letters? Are they numbers? Pick one algebra.
Cottonelle leaves you so clean, you'll want to come clean about everything else.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's Lux Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent, the $7 box, extravagant, and the $9 box, indescribable, with the new steak and guano grilled quesadilla. Choose your Lux Cravings box only at Taco Bell.
This salt has been here for around 30 years. Yeah. A lot of locals grew up eating this, and they still eat this now as a result. Here they have the knife cut noodles. So you see the texture of the noodles is quite thick and flat, and each stranded noodle has different texture. And right over there, we have the stew, the boiling pot of aromatics and beef.
Location 1, a lively street-side beef lover's paradise, serving up hearty bowls for about $3.
Right there, those are the freshly cut noodles,
Yes,
and you're gonna put those in the boil soon. So they're huge fistful, and you just dumping them in right there. Gigantic chopsticks, stirring sticks. I feel like a kid peeking over a fence. And you put it in, bam.
And they're not shy about the portion they give you. Look at that, it's huge.
They're gonna put in some broth and some of this beef here, right?
Yes, oh, there we go. That's the pot of beef. Yeah.
Yes. Look at those big pieces of beef in there.
Oh, that portion is incredible.
We came to the free $4 outside. Alright, we'll get through this and then move on. These look majestic. I really love the environment of this place, although these noodles look amazing as well.
Yes.
But this place is so packed that we even got our little neighbor over here eating too. And back to us. I want to give him a little bit of privacy so he can enjoy his noodles alone. That's what I would want. What do we do here? We just jump into it?
Yeah, I mean, first you want to mix it up because this knife cut noodle is quite sticky. You see it kind of clumps together.
Right.
Yeah, but it's beautiful because the soup just clings right on.
I got a nice beefy piece of beef
Me too,
here.
I got one too.
Let's go for it. Meaty, a little firm, but still a nice texture. And then from there, we just get a bunch of these noodles together.
Really?
Oh, the steam is just pouring off here. We're both starving. So
I know,
this
we're
looks
ready.
Awesome. Let's just go for it. So they have these like imperfections. Like some are a little more fat, some are more thin, and then it just creates an amazing like diverse, chewy texture in
Yes,
your mouth.
absolutely. It's definitely chubbier than most noodles, but I love that.
How often do people eat something like this?
Honestly, we eat it throughout the day. This place is open from morning to night.
So it can be breakfast too.
Absolutely, yeah, if you want to.
Not only are the noodles thick, but they're crazy long.
Yeah,
They're
they are.
unbearably
Oh, that's good broth. Yeah.
warm, savory,
Feel the oil on your lips?
beefy, and full of fat. The price is what's most crazy to me.
It absolutely is.
But that's a legitimate amount of like good quality beef broth that's been made with love, simmering for hours
Absolutely.
there. This place has been stamped. If you're walking down the street and you see the stamp, then stop and get some noodles.
That's
Off
right.
to location number 2.
Let's go.
And let's go. But actually, let's stay here and eat this.
Oh, okay.
We have come to our second location. Can you tell me what's so special about this place, other than the fact that the chef and owner of the place has a statue of himself?
So right now we're at Chef Hong's Taiwanese pink noodle soup. Chef Hong is a renowned chef. His pink noodle soup has won several international awards.
Wow.
Yep.
Which ones? Can you name them? Cool, let's go. We are inside now, taking a look at the menu. What is the average price of the normal kind of standard meat noodle here?
They have your braised beef shake noodle soup, and it's $160. So,
160 is about $5.
and then it goes up in tiers. So there's $230 for higher quality meat, and then the highest is $1,080, which is the one we're trying.
This one speaks to me.
5 different types of beef.
Is this the drumstick of the cow?
Cow drumstick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard they're gonna let us go back into the kitchen and see how it's made. Let's go do that now. Right now we're headed into the kitchen. I'm actually kind of honored because we're getting this like behind the scenes look. It's a big unveiling moment. Go for it. Okay. Oh, would you just take a bath in there if you were allowed to?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh, look at my goodness.
so all the bones and all the marrow is getting soft, leaking out into the broth, making it nice and fatty.
So this is the aromatics and all the dried ingredients I was talking about. That's what gives it that nice flavor, fragrant flavor. This is a finished beef, and it's moved right here.
Oh, yeah. Can I have that much in my bowl? Right now we're on kind of the assembly line where they're going to make this bowl, and we're going to see it right before our eyes, starting with a huge fistful of noodles. So it's going in the little noodle net.
A noodle net.
should we do? Do you have any good stories in the meantime?
So what?
Oh, and we're back. This is all for one?
Oh, 那全部都是一碗给一碗。Wow. Yes, it's all for one.
Okay, that's a massive amount of noodles to start with.
There's tripe, and then there's gonna be shake, and then that large shake with the bone.
There's a gigantic tendon.
This is crazy. Oh, it's gonna blowtorch. Oh, rib. It's the rib. This is American beef.
Oh, maybe I knew this cow. And then right here, the big bone-in
Yes.
shake. It's just looking
Oh,
like a giant
wow.
beef drumstick. I'm starting to understand the price now. Sizzling some of the fat on there.
Oh, you smell that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is like some intense foreplay.
Wow.
And then in with the broth. And this is going to be the same broth that everybody else is getting. So even if you're getting the $5 beef, it's still the same broth. It seems like the main difference is like these great cuts of meat just draping it over there.
You can barely see the noodles. It's just meat on top.
And then he's putting on some garnish. A nice slow motion garnish. And that's it. I love it.
I know. I'm like scared to touch it because it's so beautiful.
There's a huge amount of meat. What's really interesting is with some of these parts, like for example, the tripe here he was talking about, it's not just that it's tripe, it's like a special section of the tripe, and from each cow they can cut just this small
One
piece
piece.
of the tripe. It's like the most fatty, delicious piece of the cow's stomach. To me, it seems like a pretty good deal, actually.
I think this is a great deal. It's huge.
Let's start with this beautiful amber tendon. Fatty, it's thick, it's been boiling for eternity. So let's go for it.
That is really
Joey,
sticky
I was
goodness.
gonna just say, it's so sticky.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I grew up feeling it like it was a little weird, and it's just one of my favorite things now when I get noodles. It's that juicy, fatty, sticky, crazy tendon. Maybe we should try some of this broth. That is smooth. I could go run a 5K and then drink a glass of that. Should we try some of this tripe? It's a big cut of tripe right there. I might even have to bite it in half. Let's go for it.
Oh, lots of flavor.
It is like a sponge for that broth. Those are some good organs.
Yeah, he was quite proud of the tripe.
I think we'll work our way up to this big bone-in shake. But we got this meat here.
That one is also the shake. Beautiful swirls of tendon in here.
Good. Oh, there's actually noodles down here too.
Hey, noodles.
These are slippery little suckers
Yeah.
down here.
I'm like trying to pick it up.
Oh, you're making me feel better
Oh.
on my skills.
All right, ready? That is some good chewy noodles.
It's more thin than the last place.
Yes.
Incredibly chewy. They're soaking up that broth beautifully. To eat this last bit, honestly, to grab it like an actual chicken drumstick. Look at that. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
whoa.
Oh my gosh. It's just all coming out.
Cheers.
Wow.
That's the best one here.
All the best things in one bowl.
It's just like a meat buffet, and it happens to be on this bowl of noodles. The noodles we had this morning were already terrific. Here, they just like piled on even more. What else could they possibly do to scale up a bowl of beef noodles more than this? Well, we're gonna find out at our next destination where they are charging $340 for a bowl of noodles, 10 times this price. Will it be 10 times the noodles? Let's find out. Before leaving this life-changing noodle joint, I had to thank the chef personally and ask him one burning question. If there was the perfect bowl of beef noodle, how much would you be willing to pay for that?
He would pay 100 to 200 US for the perfect beef noodle soup.
Wow. Okay. So an award-winning chef says he'd pay $100 to $200 for the best bowl of noodles. We found the price tag, but now it's time to see if they're really the best. We have arrived at our last. See, why would it? Doesn't make sense when I'm just walking up and you're there. Maybe you should walk up and I'm here. Oh, maybe you should just walk away.
Okay,
completely.
cool.
We've arrived at our last destination. When you walk in here, there's only 4 tables. So every day they're making maybe 20, 30, at most 40 bowls of noodles. Let's go in and learn a little bit more. Actually, this is it. It's a one-sheeter. They have 8 different options. The base price is 500 NT. Number 8,
Wow.
which is what we're getting today, presidential beef noodle soup for 10,000 NT. The gentleman running the restaurant now, his father started this establishment. He came up on beef noodles. He took it over, so he's running it now. But they have one location. They have 4 tables. And to me, that kind of says they're really focused on just making the best. We're gonna get 2 of these, 2 presidential beef noodles. Right now we are in the kitchen of New Baba, and I'm with the chef, Eric. How did this noodle start?
The recipe is from our customer.
Over years, 15 years of trying different things, you saw well, just focus on our business. One day, if we cook just 20 to 40, we can better focus and we can do the best.
And you're gonna show me how it's made right now. Let's do it.
This broth is the top layer, and this broth is but light broth is the rich broth.
When they're gonna assemble it now, like what he's working on, it's just gonna take a few minutes to put it together. But if he was making this from scratch, it's gonna take like a week from beginning to end.
Okay, broth is okay, and we will cook the noodles.
The noodles are already pre-portioned. Oh yeah. So we're blanching the noodles, getting those all nice. 2 minutes has elapsed. We're taking it out of the noodle net. We're in the beef center here.
And this wagyu beef, short ribs, and one is prime short ribs. Special piece, half tender and half thick.
These look beautiful, like perfectly cut. They look like little pieces of art. And then in with the light broth.
Light broth.
And then
The rich broth.
this rich broth here, which smells so fatty and meaty. It's making me forget about the 2 other bowls of noodles I had today. That's it?
That's it.
All right. Ding ding. Waiter. Oh, thank you, sir. Table 1? Table 1.
Table
Okay.
one.
I'll make sure he gets it. Hey, guys, thank you for sitting through Act 1 and Act 2. And we are finally here, the most expensive bowl of noodles in the world. And if I'm completely honest, when I first heard about this, I was super skeptical. And then I met the owner. Their focus for years and years has been how could you possibly make the absolute best. I think we start with some of this meat. We have to put this in there first. So we're going to dump all that in.
A little bit.
I'm going to dump it all in.
Alright, okay.
We have these kind of perfectly cut prime beef to our Australian Wagyu beef.
Wow. Alright,
Our
here we
third
go.
beefy bite of the day. You got space in your stomach still?
Yes, I am ready for this.
I always got space for beef. It completely melts in your mouth. You could chew this with your tongue.
Yeah.
It's smaller, but the quality is outstanding. We just ate 1/6 of the beef.
How much was that?
That was like $25. That bite.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
Each bite is like $25. I can't even keep my eyes open when I eat it. I just close them immediately. You hadn't heard of this place before,
I
had you?
haven't heard of this before. I mean, I grew up on Tony's beef from the soup. Wow, this quality of this meat is so tender.
Here, they have this other cut that's kind of half tendon, half beef, and you can see they've actually cut it to create this kind of round shape there. Someone carving with scissors, piece by piece, to make this rounded shape. Let's go for it.
Wow.
So,
This is so good. 真的好好吃哦。
what I really like is that we've been to 3 different places, and they all have a different approach to their noodles. And what stands out about the noodles here is they're a little thinner, but they're not clumping at all.
Wow. That soup on that noodle is perfect. Beautiful. It's so good. It's just so simple. It kind of surprises you at how good it is.
Again, going along with the lines of my unique concept in this show, would you say a meal like this is worth it?
Wow, that's so neat.
A promise means everything. At Kaiser Permanente, a promise means integrated care and coverage you can count on. Like using data to better manage the costliest conditions, helping you maximize the value of your health benefits. Only Kaiser Permanente uses insights from the nation's largest medical database to deliver high-quality care. And as a result, our members are 20% less likely to die early from cancer. Because Kaiser Permanente means keeping promises. Learn more at kp.org/promises. Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best present. And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Red Tag. Now more qualified buyers can get 0% financing on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members only incentive.
Marshall's buyers travel far and wide to hustle the best deals on amazing holiday gifts. So you don't have to. It's cashmere.
This is Italian mother.
European chocolate. We get the deals. You gift the good stuff. This isn't really holiday shopping. Who else has new gifts
Choices that make you go,
There's so much.
this isn't holiday shopping. This is beyond shopping. This is finding.
Meet Kim Mao. She's running a street-side restaurant that remarkably charges patrons only 20 cents per meal.
Mình cũng là từ người khó khăn mình đi lên.
Because she grew up so poor, she knows how to save a dollar. Now, she's never asked for any donations from the good gracious of people. Some would give rice, some would give seasoning, some would give vegetables.
What's more amazing than her rock-bottom prices is that every day she prepares a completely different menu.
Today you're serving a classic dish, but the vegan version of that.
The Vietnamese dish Bun Thit Nông is a national noodle sensation, traditionally featuring several different types of meat.
I've had Bun Thit Nông before. I love it. There's big, succulent, juicy pieces of pork.
Not only does Miss Kim Mom create a vegan version of this dish that sells 450 portions per hour, she does so at an astonishing price of only 20 cents. That's the price of a small bag of peanuts. But why would she take on such an impossible mission?
Mình đã từng ăn những cái phần ăn từ thiện.
Her mother-in-law had cancer, and so she lived in the hospital, and with the charity of others, she found the goodness of giving.
Amidst her heart-wrenching family struggles and financial strain, the daily charity meals provided by hospital donors became her lifeline.
And she's happy to say that 13 years later, her mother-in-law has no cancer.
Now, with stability in both family and finance, she's opened 3 restaurants, providing affordable meals to those in need.
She wants us to give one person one meal a day to get them to carry on in their life.
With her own efforts and immense community support, she's sustained her restaurants for the past 4 years, drawing in crowds of hundreds each day. And today, at this branch, Calvin and I are ordering a bowl of vegan Bun Thit Nông. It starts with a base of bouncy rice noodles, then fresh vegetables. Now comes the first quote-unquote meat, plant-based pork ribs.
What is it made out of?
Đào đào nành thì cái đó.
It's made of soy gluten. The way she does it, it almost tastes like meat.
After the soy ribs are fried, they're marinated in a mixture of soy sauce, sugar, chasu sauce, and 5-spice powder. Then they're fried once more until its density resembles real pork. Now let's introduce the pork's co-stars, spring rolls, filled with shredded taro, sweet potato, and mushrooms instead of minced pork.
You can't even get a Big Mac for 20 cents. You can't get a small Mac for 20 cents.
Then there's shredded pork skin, crafted from fried cassava, vegan meatloaf, and seasoned glass noodles. All of this is accompanied by pickled carrot and white radish, scallions, chilies, crushed peanuts, and the essence of Bun Thit Nông, fish sauce, created by boiling salt, sugar, coconut, food coloring, and vinegar. But how will this 20-cent vegan Bun Thit Nông compare to its meat-filled counterpart that costs 10 times more? Time to find out.
If you're eating a typical bowl of Bun Thit Nông, you would have fish sauce. It's hard to take the fish out of fish sauce and have it taste like something that is even close to it. Drizzle clockwise. Oh, that was beautiful. There's one part of this I'm really curious about, which is the beef. Now, beef is pig skin that they fold and shred. But here's something. It looks just like its meat counterpart. If you didn't know what that really was, you might even think that was beef. With the texture, she's pretty darn close. It has that nice chewiness to it. It's stringy. Next, let's try the egg roll. I mean, I love that it's fried. Definitely there's a slight variation in taste, but that is delicious. That is delicious. Nice crunch on the outside, a little bit of starch on the inside. It's full of flavor, full of umami. Last, we have the final protein, porky component. Typically, Bun Thit Nông is all about that incredible, immaculate roasted pork that's just been dripping over charcoal. So, I've had over 100 bowls of Bun Thit Nông in my lifetime. This stands up to one of the best bowls of Bun Thit Nông I've ever had. Full of flavor, full of crunch. It's really good. And all of the ingredients, all the textures, you don't even miss the meat. No, man, she nailed it with that fish sauce. That really saturates all these noodles, and then any other little mock meat replacement really blends in with the rest of the flavors. This is quite outstanding. My God, she is delivering. This isn't amazing for 20 cents. It's just amazing, period. Agreed. So from here, we're going to be trying the most expensive street-side noodles that you can find in Saigon. Almost like an oxymoron. Expensive and street food? How do they go together?
We've arrived at an infamous alleyway.
This is literally between two houses.
Where Miss Moang has been selling her noodles at a price so high, she ended up sparking a social media backlash.
But yet people will go across the city to try these bowl of noodles.
We're going to find out why, in spite of the price, people keep coming back. Now, before we get into the price, I want to break down exactly what you're selling here. It's a noodle called Ban Gan Cua. Ban Gan Cua is a traditional Vietnamese dish, especially cherished in coastal areas.
Second one is a tapioca-based noodle made with seafood and pork.
Okay, so that's the essence of it. It's really all about the seafood. Now, the big question on my mind is, if I go most places around Saigon, I could find this dish for $1 or $2. But here you're selling it for $14. How do you get to that price?
Cái nghề của này 36
She's been selling Ban Gan Cua for over 36 years. What drives her is that perfection.
Tôi muốn gặp khách của tôi ăn cái món này để rồi đi ra khỏi chỗ này nhớ tới bánh canh cua, nhớ tới bà già.
The Ban Gan Cua starts with a meticulously crafted broth made from 15 pounds of chicken, 15 pounds of pork beef, 7 pounds of fish, 9 pounds of shrimp, and 18 pounds of crab roe. Now that is an impressive array of flavors. Following, she prepares the addictive fresh Ban Gan toppings, including thick, succulent crab claws. My understanding is that when some locals saw your prices here and that they were higher than everywhere else, that you faced backlash.
The press came in, other bloggers came down. They tried to run her name through the dirt.
Can you talk about how you dealt with it?
Tôi không quan tâm ai nói cái gì. Mà tôi đang quan tâm, tôi đang làm cái gì. Okay.
She begins by dipping the bouncy tapioca noodles in her flavorful broth and placing them in the bowl. Next, she piles on the proteins. Crab claws, shredded crab meat, pork trotter, sliced pork, and shrimp are dipped into the broth and added to the noodles. Elevate the bowl further with the addition of fried fish cakes and savory flood cakes. Now it's time to see for ourselves if Miss Boang's creation truly lives up to its price.
This is a load of food here. This is like a seafood buffet.
I am seeing the longest blood cake I've ever seen in my life. Good blood cake. I like the taste of this. It is soft. You know, it's like a flan.
See, when I look at it, I want it to be chocolate. But when you bite into it, it is everything but.
Kind of great savoriness to it. I enjoy it.
These noodles are so slippery. They're like worms.
You gotta get your face down here.
This is probably one of my favorite noodles in all of noodle soups. Those noodles are so fresh. They soak up all that flavor in the broth.
It's like broth exploding out of the noodles.
This broth is so complex.
It's thick, viscous, savory, with a nice touch of seafood essence in there.
As the Japanese have tonkatsu, the Vietnamese have this really beautiful blend of sea and land.
This thing is jam-packed with value. There's tons of protein and high-priced items. Let's try some of this crab claw.
Cheers. Dude. Whoa.
Oh, that's nice. This is beautiful. Oh, look at this. This is just like knuckle meat from the crab.
Sonny, there is probably half a pound of crab just in this bowl.
The more I dig in here, the more seafood I'm finding. This is actually worth $14. I would have to say yes.
And I would say the same thing.
What inspired you to make a bowl this expensive?
Cái chồng nó buông tay một cái á, tôi có 3 đứa con.
She remembers the time when her 3 kids were still young. What pushed her to become a successful entrepreneur was to give them every opportunity that she could because of what she's been able to sell here. She's been able to allow her daughter to go overseas to Paris to learn how to be a chef. The quality of what's in the dish does not translate to the location of it. Eating this in a restaurant in San Francisco could run you upwards of $100.
So instead of people seeing this as expensive street food, they should look at it like discount 5-star food. This is fantastic, but next we're going to be trying a bowl of noodles that costs over $160.
What?
Gentlemen, today we've come here to Landmark 81, the tallest building in Vietnam and the second tallest building in all of Southeast Asia. Here on floor 66, inside the Oriental Pearl, we are going to be trying the most expensive bowl of noodles you can find in this country. How expensive are we talking about here? Traditional pho ball is an iconic Vietnamese soup consisting of rice noodles, beef, and a complex aromatic savory beef bone broth. It's found everywhere throughout Vietnam, typically costing $2 to $3 per bowl. So that is our benchmark. Just so you can understand how outrageous it is that Chef Le Chou charges $164 USD.
What is in there? A whole cow?
Meet the extravagant, limited edition pho known here as
Okay.
okay. While it doesn't contain a whole cow, it features several of the world's most revered and expensive ingredients.
Let's get into the making of this dish.
This bankrupting flaw starts with a foundational broth, critical to the quality of this noodle dish.
I wanted to have it intense. You will get rich flavors from oxtail, from big chunks of shin bones, and then in that we put chicken bones as well. We put chicken feet even to give it a gelatinous. We put this on high heat for 3 hours, and we leave that to simmer for 48 hours. I am a pho lover. I wanted to make this pho to be able to put on the hotel's table and for the guests to get the higher step of enjoying the pho.
What are some of the ingredients you're putting into this bowl that you wouldn't find on any sidewalk pho?
Actually, my way of cooking pho is I don't put too much complicated stuff into it. Foie gras, because it's fat and sweet, and it will go well with the broth.
This high-end fatty duck liver is lightly seared and baked in the oven. Then there's the absolute greatest beef on earth.
For the red beef, we put wagyu, not just any wagyu, A5.
As if that wasn't enough, they add a massive shortbread flavor with grilled onions, grilled ginger, pepper, salt, star anise, cinnamon, foie gras, and duck fat.
The duck fat will sweep inside the meat, and it's kind of meaty, gamey. Then after that, we put truffle. We put earth in it.
That smells like money. That just shrank by a brain tumor. To serve, the bowl is assembled with pho noodles, a short rib, and herbs. Then it's brought to the table, awaiting its final steps. Let's see if the Pho King justifies its astronomical $163 price tag, and if it can hold its own as a successor to the OG Pho.
So here we have wagyu A5 Kagoshima.
Oh gosh, Sonny, look at the marbling on that meat. It is almost as fat as you are.
Then we continue with the gold leaf, and one is not enough, so we put the second one. Then we continue with seared foie gras.
Oh my god. Now, growing up in Minnesota, have you ever thought that you'd be eating truffle in your life? Absolutely not.
So when we pour the hot broth, it almost becomes very magical, the smell of it.
No, it's like a spa treatment. I've never been served pho in such a grand manner before.
You think they're finished. They are, in fact, not finished.
What is that?
This is the most gigantic pepper mill I've ever seen in my life. You gotta be careful around this thing. Don't stick anything in there. Our bowl is finally complete. Let's eat. So, the first thing we should be trying is the broth.
Oh my god. Wow, it's like a consommé. Add the truffle to the broth.
That's exquisite. It's super aromatic, super earthy. From here, we have a giant piece of foie gras.
This is gonna be a bite of a lifetime.
Oh, it's so soft, incredibly rich, bold. It's irony. It's gritty, but it pairs surprisingly well with everything in that bowl. We've got our partially cooked A5 wagyu, the most expensive of all the wagyus, the highest rated. Let's go for it.
Transcendent. There's a perfect ratio of fat to protein that just melts on my tongue. It's almost is a transcendent consumer. There's something calling my name right now, and that is the noodle.
Now, this arguably is the most inexpensive part of the dish.
The pho noodles have soaked up a beautiful broth. Now, this family is from the north. They've been making noodles here in Saigon for over 30 years.
There is a giant piece of beef in our bowl that we've yet to sink our teeth into.
That is rich. The chef raised it beautifully. Sonny, I'll be honest. I really want to eat this bowl of pho.
It's fun to be cynical.
It is over the top. There are ingredients that shouldn't go together, but this board here truly shows the technique and the excellency of chef.
Some locals in Vietnam will only consider the classically made pho to be truly authentic, but for me, I find merit in taking this iconic dish to its highest potential, elevating it to the status of fine dining.
I think this is something that should be celebrated.
I'm really proud to see Vietnamese food not only be cheap, but also expensive.
On the street, you can get a delicious bowl of noodles for way less than $1, or you can come to a place like this and still have a resounding, incredible experience for a lot more money. That being said, there is one thing left to do, and that is deciding which bowl of the 3 that we ate today gave us the most bang for our buck.
The best bang for my buck, or actually your buck, has to be the Tyequiece. Everything about that bowl is an experience waiting to happen. Sonny, what about you?
My most bang for my buck in this video would have to be the vegetarian
vegetarian would get known for a meal that cost 20 cents. It was like a 10 out of 10. I think today, all the noodles were great. I'm very impressed to see what you can find in this city. From the very, very cheap to the prohibitively expensive, there are a lot of people out there making great works of art inside a bowl.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously. Get a sausage McMuffin with egg or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles for just $2.99 each. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's time to rethink what a complete multivitamin can do, like support you as you navigate a new country. Taking Centrum Silver daily is clinically proven to help slow cognitive aging in older adults. You did it.
What do you know about traveling 700 miles just, or like 1,100 kilometers just for a bowl of noodles? We are in Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, and we are on a foodie mission. Let's go. How's that? Right now we are standing in front of one of the longest standing pho establishments in Hanoi. This place has been here for over 70 years, making it basically a museum of soup. But what's cool about this museum is you get to eat the artifacts. Let's go. Crazy busy. Massive line here. Oh my god, look at this. This is crazy. I think we picked the right spot. This restaurant is one of the longest standing pho establishments in Hanoi. For over 60 years, they've maintained their traditional pho recipe and their traditional serving style. Meaning, if you want a hot bowl of yum, you're gonna have to wait in line like everyone else.
You've eaten here before, and you come up here whenever I come to Hanoi. This is kind of the quintessential Hanoian pho.
Okay.
Definitely.
Do you have the credentials to even say something like that? White guy, this lady here is different cuts of meats. This is the noodle row, and then this is the broth man, and they have a couple of giant steaming cauldrons of broth. Ask anyone, and they will tell you broth is the heart and soul of pho.
The broth, that's kind of like the heart and soul of pho. Particularly the northern version, which they pay a lot of attention to.
The broth is generally made by simmering beef bones, charred onion, charred ginger, and spices, though ingredients vary depending on the region and vendor.
I thought that did. I got it.
There we go. Wow, thanks for treating me. You made me feel like a special lady.
You're only gonna find a few of the cuts here. Like you'll notice there's only 3 options on the menu here.
Today, our northern style bowl of pho will be served with a slightly thicker pho noodle, a flavor-packed bone broth, beef brisket, and rare beef that's been blanched in piping hot broth.
Slam it in the broth real quick. So it starts out raw.
Yeah.
And it's gonna foam down. The broth is so hot. It's gonna cook in seconds.
Is that ours? Oh no, that's not ours. Then topped with scallions, pepper, and a light smattering of fresh herbs. Wow. This looks amazing. I'm so hungry. So is this a pretty common breakfast?
For Vietnamese people, yes.
Hold on, are you even Vietnamese? Let me ask the camera guy. Hi, is this a common breakfast?
Yes.
Okay, we have confirmation.
All of the best spots you'll find, the ones that the locals eat, the religious establishments, they're all breakfast hour.
We're essentially saying this place is going to be our symbol of the north, and then we'll find a place that'll be the symbol for the south. In the south, you get a huge basket of herbs on the table, and here they're like, we're not going to mess around with that. We'll just put them in there for you.
Yeah.
Which I like, actually. I'm so gung-ho about like getting the food and eating it immediately. Here they've just like made it simple for you.
Much less of the build your own adventure than Saigon. There's not even any lime.
No, the meat looks absolutely delicious. So I read a lot about pho in the north, and I thought there would be less meat. There's a lot of meats, and the noodles are flat, but not super wide or anything like that.
There's a lot of things that people will say, well, look, that's quintessentially Hanoi, this is quintessentially Saigonese pho, but there's definitely overlap.
There's no way that we don't piss off somebody in this video. So we're going to take a bite at the same time, because I learned that that's what you're supposed to do, so that people can see 2 different yummy faces at the same time. I got a nice helping of both cuts of meat here. Let's do it. That's really good.
Yeah.
The stock, instead of being really sweet, it's really beefy.
Yeah.
It's super beefy.
It's way less sweet as good, and it's very edible.
One of the things that distinguishes Southern pho is the sweetness.
And we just have less herbs going on. So you know,
little bit of meat, a little bit of nudes. Tremendous. Now that we've had pho in the north, we're gonna fly to Saigon to figure out what pho in the south is all about.
The pho that many Westerners have come to know and love is actually beef pho, known as pho ball. But really, the word pho just refers to the white rice noodle. In fact, pho has many incarnations throughout Vietnam. Northwestern Vietnam's Lao Cai province is home to the red noodle pho, getting its color from the special rice used in its creation.
From here, I can see it looks like the traditional pho noodle, but it's kind of pink or red. There's a big black sausage here. Let's try it with that. Yeah, buddy, look at this. This is probably the most unique pho I've ever seen. It is mountain pho. It has the red noodle. It's a little bit more of a pink noodle, but you know what? We can call it red, and we're gonna mix that up a bit. So nice. So let's get a bite with the sausage and the nudes together. Oh yeah, buddy. That is hands down one of the best bowls of noodles I've ever tried. The broth is so rich. I mean, it's just like the typical pho noodle, super soft, and then the sausage is just outstanding. You put it all together, it's dynamite.
Pho can be fried or it can even be rolled. And not just with beef either. Chicken pho is hugely popular in the north. In Hanoi, you can even get a dry noodle chicken pho with no broth.
I thought pho had to have a broth. It doesn't have to have broth.
This one does not have broth. It'll be on a separate bowl.
That's what I like about dry noodles. They're like, look, we're not gonna leave you hanging. Here's a side bowl of some broth. But instead of beef, they've got chicken. I'm gonna figure this out in my mouth. That's how I deal with confusing situations, okay? I chew on it.
Sounds good.
To learn more about this dynamic dish, I headed to Ong Long in Saigon to talk to head chef and founder Peter Franklin. Ong Long has a modern take on classic Vietnamese dishes. And later today, we'll get Peter's take on his $100 pho.
The debate rages on between northern pho and southern pho. Which is the most authentic between these two, and what are the differences? So today I've come to Ong Ong to interview Peter, the founder and head chef of this restaurant. Peter, what do you think distinguishes northern pho from southern pho?
The northern, which is more influenced by Chinese cooking, so it's more subtle, more delicate. A lot of things are still being made by hand. You will find pho being cooked by charcoal. The pho noodles still made by hand, cut by hand. Whereas in the south now, it's more modernized, and they tend to put everything in, or whatever ingredient they have, they will dump it in. So it's bigger, more colorful, more flavor, and so they're completely different products too. But the smooth out, we're doing it with a cocktail. So what better way to do that with mojito, a mojito. So we're taking a mojito, classic mojito,
And you're pouring in soup broth.
so instead of super out, we got alcohol.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
Ong Ong's mojito draws inspiration from the classic mojito, but instead of using mint, they're infusing flavor with several herbs and spices you'd expect to see around any good southern pho creation.
Cinnamon, cyanide, salty coriander, and the Asian basil. Kind of like basically making a broth. Instead of using the pho broth, we're using alcohol.
As it turns out, my favorite type of broth is actually alcohol, so I couldn't wait to try his new creation.
Is that?
We haven't opened this one up.
Might you fail?
We don't want to really shock you, but
Okay.
so easily.
All right, let's try those.
Okay.
Oh, that is nice. Dang, it does capture that essence somehow.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's through the taste and through the smell, because I can smell like the cinnamon.
You don't have to taste pho. Sometimes when you just walk around the area where they're making pho, you can smell the beef combined with the cinnamon, the cyanide, the sea salt, and all the herbs. So you just kind of follow your nose and you know where the pho shop is going to be.
From there, I followed my nose to the rooftop, where a couple Ong Long dishes were waiting for me.
This video is all about the complete Vietnamese pho experience, and Peter has treated me to the special meal. And what's so great about it is the camera guy asked me who else is joining me for this scene. This is all for me. Here, a pho taco. Who knew? Over here, we have the pho sao. It is fried pho. And at first, I was like, yo, where are the noodles? Right here. They've actually taken the sheet of steamed rice cake, put two layers together and fried it. They fused together and become crispy like this. That looks amazing. We've got piles of beef, herbs. We've got bean sprouts. We have some bell pepper. I'm gonna put some of the lime on top this time. Second camera, this is a big moment for you. Is he nailing it? Is he nailing it? Oh God, it's a lot of pressure. Second camera right there. Oh, he's got it. He's nailing it. We're We're doing it. We're doing it. We're making it show. So we have applied the lime, the star of the dish right here. Mmm. Oh, listen to this crunch. Okay. Shut up! We're doing a crunch test. See? Really crunchy. Anyway, Peter, a few seconds, please. Sorry, I told Peter he couldn't be up here while I was eating so that I could give an honest review. It's really just because I'm an idiot. Okay, it is crunchy, but it has some kind of mushiness to it too. Almost like a piece of fried bread would have. And we're gonna mix that with some meat, some different types of plant matter, and let's try it all together. Wow. Most people might say that you could not call this pho, and I disagree. So that's a pretty bold statement. I love the blend, not only flavors, but the textures too. Really rich meat, crunchy fried rice cake, tons of fresh herbs in there. It's always awesome to try the different fusion discoveries Peter comes up with here. But we are back in Saigon for a reason, and that is to discover what is the quintessential pho of the South. Let's go do that right now. And stop. You can stop shooting now. Can you? Why are you still shooting? We're gonna go. We're doing a food adventure. You're not. This isn't fun anymore. We make fun food videos, Kai.
A promise means everything. At Kaiser Permanente, a promise means integrated care and coverage you can count on. Like catching a supervisor's heart issue early, so they can always stand by their crew. Our pioneering approach to care is proactive and preventive, resulting in our members being more than 30% less likely to die early from heart disease. Because Kaiser Permanente means keeping promises. Learn more at kp.org/promises.
That desk lunch is a sign Maggie's in back-to-backs. A sign she needs a Diet Coke break. Now where'd it go? Wrong. I see. The salad, the guy, the place. Okay.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously. Get a sausage McMuffin with egg or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles for just $2.99 each. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, I need to come clean. I don't remember algebra. Are they letters? Are they numbers? Pick one, algebra. I'm getting an A.
Caught now leaves you so clean, you'll want to come clean about everything else.
Kai. Right now, we are back in Saigon, headed to an amazing bar restaurant where they have been killing it for over 50 years. And my dude, Andrew, how did you find this place?
It's right down the road from my house, bro.
Oh, it's by where you live. One of the best ways to find the best bar restaurant in your city is to start by your house. Fallout is famous among locals for serving what they call their endless beef bowl, piled high with succulent cuts. Right here, this is not really a building. This is an alleyway that has been kind of commandeered. They've turned it into a restaurant, essentially. They put tarps on the top.
This is the cool thing about Saigon street food. You can just commandeer an alleyway.
Yeah.
The people roll out of their houses, and they're literally 5 meters.
Oh, yeah. No. People are driving through the restaurant to get to their house. It's brilliant.
This is the fatty cut, they call it nam. It's an offcut, and they make it completely delicious. It's not tough at all. It's completely flaky. This one is the tendon.
When we were in Hanoi, they didn't have the beef tendon. It is so good. It, like, melts in your mouth.
This is the classic. This is the nam, which is the raw meat. They'll cook as soon as we put it in the box, because it's just going to be so hot.
Oh, look at this.
It's just the fat. Much fattier, much sweeter down here.
They're just going to put fat.
Yeah, just straight rendered fat.
Love it. Here they've got tables. You just sit down, you order from the table. So that's what we're going to do right now.
We even have tablecloths.
And we even have tablecloths. This place, it might be outside, it might be in an alley, but that doesn't mean it's not fancy as fun. Today, our pho will start out with some blanched pho noodles. Top that with white and green onions, then some cuts of brisket, tendon, and cartilage, followed by freshly blanched rare beef and a splash of rendered beef fat and a little pepper, and whammo, you are ready to take a ride down to Flavor City. Let's just do a quick table tour because we have some differences in the South from the North. We've got the bean sprouts here. They did not have that in the North. We have a bowl of limes. And the biggest thing is they've got a giant basket of herbs. And what herbs are in here, Andrew?
Saw leaf. We've got
actually like that in the north, the bowl comes ready to eat, and there's no more assembly required. All right, so let's jump into it. Start by putting in some bean sprouts. We'll put in a squeeze of lime.
And then pick up your basil leaves and the soul leaf. Let's do some weird one today.
You don't know what the weird one is, though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hey, producer, hold on. Can I any?
Right now, Andrew's asking someone off camera what herb this is. I thought he was a professional expert right now. Brother, he doesn't even know what it is. Oh, did you figure out what it is?
This is Raum, and we have no idea what it is.
All right, so let's put some of that in our soup. We're gonna mix it up. This looks absolutely delicious. That slick on the top, like any good oil spill in the Atlantic Ocean. It's just like that, like little rainbows forming on the broth. And that is the tendon right there. Big, juicy, white, kind of translucent. Yeah, it's chewy. It kind of melts in your mouth a little bit. Great texture. Big bite. I got that fatty beef in there. Let's go for it. Oh, it's so good. And to me, some white guy from central Minnesota, local Asia/law expert here. To me, the most important thing in this concoction is the broth.
There's way more going on. It's fast here, especially here. Right?
Yeah.
In the north, which is just more of a straight beef stock, just in general, there's far more complexity in it.
Nice big bite right here. And the bean sprouts are nice because it's already kind of this carb overload of tons of noodles.
Right.
So to break it up with some texture, a little bit of that veg is nice. As much as I like Southern pho, it's a little sweet for me. If I'm getting very picky, I would say the Northern is better.
Huh. I mean, man, I don't know what it is. I would completely disagree. I don't even think it's that subjective.
This is my show. What? You disagree? Hold on, get back to it. What? Why do you disagree?
I mean, I don't think it's that subjective. I think this.
You say it's not subjective. I can't have it.
This is
like you think this is objectively better.
Right. This is like the math of food. Like we could just calculate this down.
What about the fact that this is where it was created? Like the origin. Do you look at pizza that eventually has pineapple and ham on it, and you're like, that's just better. It's the evolution.
Southern pho has evolved into this great creation, this symbol of Vietnamese food, and it's just better.
We are back at Ong Ong. I am with Peter, once again, head chef and founder of this restaurant for the $100 pho. What is the process and the philosophy going into this?
We start with asking the basic question first. What is pho? Two, how do we make the best pho possible? Since people take this dish so seriously, we want to do this with kind of respect of the tradition of the dish and still maintain the heart and soul of the dish as we're making changes, trying to reinvent the dish. We start with the broth first. That's the most important. That's kind of like the heart and soul of pho.
Step 1, the broth. Peter cooked his bone broth the day before for 12 hours. Today he'll make a consommé broth, adding flavor and removing impurities at the same time.
You're adding fresh raw beef, egg white, and then onion and ginger just to add more of the aromatic flavor. So you're doing two things. One, you're clarifying the stuff, and you're also intensifying the flavor.
For people watching, what is the benefit of doing a consommé over just the normal broth?
The consommé essentially is going to amp it up to the next level in terms of concentration of flavor and clarity. And you can see how cooking that is like this beautiful golden color.
That's
Classic
amazing.
consommé broth.
I can't wait to put that in my mouth. Once the broth has been strained twice, we're ready for step 2.
You can ignore me. Normally you have two kinds, gravy and cooking. Normally brisket. What we've done is we kind of amped up the experience a little bit. So we have 7 cuts of beef.
All right.
Okay.
Peter's 7 lucky cuts include beef balls, thinly sliced beef tendon, beef tongue.
Beef tongue, pretty nasty when it comes to it, but after cooking for about 4 or 5 hours, cleaning and slicing, it comes out. It's a beautiful product.
It looks great.
Yeah.
You would never think that was tongue.
Yeah.
Beef brisket and beef shin.
The shin is beautiful because it has very different textures from all the other cuts.
Yeah.
And then for a little bonus, a little marrow inside here when you put it inside the bone.
Then rare black Angus ribeye that's been spanked with ginger and pepper. Finally, torched beef belly to add more smoky flavor to the broth. And there's something mysterious about using a torch, and it makes people feel better about whatever they're paying for their meal that night. Step 3, noodles.
The third component of the pho, the noodles, Hanoi style and pho, is the best. Often steel pan cut, handmade. It has this beautiful velvety texture that soaks up the broth better.
The time has finally arrived. Peter has prepared 2 stone bowls. First, he adds the broth. Then each of the meats except our rare Angus, which will cook later in the broth. The noodles will be served on the side so they don't become mushy. We'll have a tender poached egg in broth topped with black truffle paste. And lastly, a tray of herbs, sauce, and more black truffle paste. The time has come for $100. $100 pho, and it's all right here. That's gonna be like that clickbait in the beginning. We both decided that pho around Vietnam is amazing, and so we wanted to try this, something new. And look, this is nothing against what we tried already. Yeah. Whether it was northern or southern pho, they were both absolutely delicious and amazing experiences, immersive experiences that really made you feel the energy of Vietnam all around you. But we just wanted to try something new here, and Peter's outdone himself with the $100 pho. We've been talking long enough. Let's dig into it. The heart, the true essence, the consomme broth. Let's try it out. This is super hot, dude. Oh. That is packed with flavor. That is crazy. It's got a clean, beefy taste. It's like super beefy, but without being overly fatty. But it still has a lot of that essence there. That's right. Yeah. The cinnamon flavor, the star anise. Oh, and it is blazing hot in the stone bowl. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen a chunk of meat that big? We need a knife. No, just use your teeth. Camera 2, you're good. You got a nice beef shot. Camera 1, good. Yeah. Okay, so here, this is the beef belly. Let's give it a try. You ready? Let's do this. Oh my god. It has the fattiness to it that you usually do get in the pho. Like it's a fattier cut. Yeah. But it's just a heavier taste in general. Load it up. This is my kind of pho. The people who go, oh, yeah, there's too many things in your soup. It's like there's too much meat in your soup. Huh? Oh, this is shit. Dude, look at my shit. Look at your shit. Oh, bro. Look at that. What? Oh my god. You got a giant piece of bone marrow right here. Sorry. Right. Anyways, look, the liquid is super hot. It's gonna burn off any germs. It burned my tongue already, so I won't get one. He got such a big shin, but whatever. It's cool. Alright, good. Shin time. That is all apart. Falling apart. Falling apart. Falling apart. We got the tendon. He has it cut super thin. It has all that essence of the fat, but it's still got some firmness to it. This stands out over here. We've got the raw Angus beef. You kind of just put the beef in the broth, the hot broth, and do a little shabu shabu hot pot action until it's cooked. And look at that. It's already turned brown. This broth is nothing to F with. It is crazy hot. The ginger and the pepper on there? Yeah. Oh, I've never had it quite like that. Should we try putting some newts in, or do you want to do the poached egg? What's poaching? You poach eggs, but do not poach like an elephant, for example, right? You can take a quick, close look at camera 2. You can see black truffle paste, okay? The nectar of the super rich. Oh, this is just a one slurper. Whoa. Truffle is heavy. Oh, wow. Especially that broth. Black truffle makes everything better. It has a slightly kind of astringent quality to it. It's a pure meat feast right now. Let's add in some of these noodles. Oh, look at these. I thought they would be all clumped together. These are beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah. We're going to dump that in here. Let it soak up a bit of the broth. Oh, I'll have what she's having. Those noodles are fantastic. Way more firm, but I'm a fan of a more al dente kind of firm noodle. It's amazing to try all the meat alone, but obviously it's a lot better balance with the pho noodle in there. It's still not really pho without the noodle, right? Yeah. Oh, dude, and so look at this. You can see it here. That's what he's talking about with machine-made versus handmade. And handmade has imperfections. Right. Okay, but they're the kind of imperfections you want. Yeah. Like my face, for example. Look at these hot imperfections. Oh my god, I think I just found the best possible bite. The flame torch pork belly with some steaming noodles. I think it's beef belly. It might be beef belly. What did I say? Pork? Yeah. Yeah, I meant the other animal. The beef one. Oh, smoky flavor. And that smokiness kind of blended into the broth as well. He said try mixing in this black truffle paste. You're going to load all that up? I don't know, I guess. Throw in some of these herbs, basil, nice bean sprouts, onion, and mix that all together. I'm going to try another spoonful of that broth. Oh, right there. So no matter what, I feel like it must be doing something good. Not really a practical breakfast, okay? As far as just a whole experience for dinner and just variety and fun with friends, 100%. 10 out of 10. Love it.
Design you feel in every detail. Technology as innovative as it is effortless. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR and no monthly payments until next year on these 2025 Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get up to $3,000 allowance on Encore GX.
For an elf, the holidays are stressful, but Verizon's got a bonkers deal on a new Google Pixel